Good morning. I thought I'd start today with giving you a little bit of an update as to what is going on in the UK. The numbers that have been released in the last 24 hours show that we are definitely on a pretty swift increase, as was expected. They are calling it the deadliest 24 hours as a further 260 people have sadly passed away. This brings our total of deaths to 1,019. I think people get so used to hearing numbers on the news and seeing numbers in articles, and if you really think about the reality of that, over 1,000 people have passed away from this, and it's terrible. It's so sad. Unfortunately, they're saying that Britain will do well to keep the death rate under 20,000 people. This is extreme. These are extreme numbers. So I really hope we do keep it under 20,000, because that would just be tragic. The total number of cases within the UK is now 17,089 people. They are going up by literally thousands each day now. I wouldn't be surprised if we were at 20,000 cases today, and that's released today. It's obviously climbing that steep slope, and we are heading swiftly towards the peak of the virus. The Prime Minister has warned that it is going to get worse before it gets better, but I think we all knew that. They've been very open about that, and that the lockdown is actually keeping people inside for the peak. That's not new. They've said this for a while now. And apparently we are going to be receiving letters. Every household is going to receive letters from the Prime Minister warning about social distancing and explaining the rules and the restrictions of the lockdown, and emphasising the health and safety of it all, I think. I'll let you know when we receive our letter, but that's interesting. So there have also been warnings that a tougher lockdown might come into place. I don't know exactly what that will entail. I'm hoping that our freedom to go for some exercise once a day won't go, but obviously I think this is actually probably causing one of the biggest issues, as you're still seeing quite a lot of people out about on the streets. So our neighbours went to Tesco's the other day, and they said that actually they were only letting one person per family into Tesco's at a time. This is not a blanket rule for the country. It is in other countries, but it's not a blanket rule for our country yet. I think part of the reason that this happened to them is because it was at a busy time of day. When we've gone in the evenings, because we've been tending to go to get bits of shopping in the evenings, that hasn't happened to us yet. However, when you go into Tesco's, there is anti-bac spray and wipes, so you can wipe the handle of your basket or trolley as you enter the store. And there's also yellow and black tape all over the floor, guiding people as to how far away they should be stood from each other. And on the whole, from my experience, people are doing pretty well. They're giving lots of room, taking lots of time to let people walk by, and it seems to be working. I've heard other things from other areas in the country, but my experience has been that people are being pretty sensible, and they're trying to keep their distance. So I don't know what is going to happen in the statement today. I don't know who's going to be running it. Obviously it's probably not going to be Boris Johnson, but we'll find out. And I am anticipating that we will have stricter lockdown measures. I thought that pretty much from day one, that it would tighten up. They warned that it could do, and I think they're going to have to. They keep emphasising that they're going to do everything at the right time. So I think they're just gradually making things stricter, which in a way that's quite good, because it actually allows people the time to get accustomed to how life is changing before it changes even more. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. We'll see what gets released today.
Someone is selling a McDonald's spicy dip for £5.
Dan's going to be cooking us lunch, aren't you?
After your big faff for the past 5 minutes for saying, I don't want to eat.
I'm not hungry though. I could quite easily keep going and not.
I don't know if I'm going to do cheese toasters because
honestly, it's that there. When we first moved in, I accidentally cooked chips on that setting and they all burnt. That's the grill setting.
we need to find something else to put in the cheese. We could put jalapenos in there.
Oh, I'm not having jalapenos.
Yeah! Jalapenos.
You can have jalapenos.
Do I toast it first and then put it in? Or butter it and then cheese on top with the jalapenos on top and then just whack it into the oven?
Yeah, I'd put it all together and then put it in. So it all cooks and melts together.
Okay.
It's nowhere near as sunny today, is it?
No.
And the wind is picking up again. It's getting all, becoming all miserable again.
Nom 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 nom. The amount of people that are being like infected now, you'd assume that someone that we know has got it by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, obviously there might be that person in our building who may well have had it. But the thing is, because they're not testing that many people, so many people will have had it and they won't actually be able to say for sure that they were a confirmed case, will they?
Yeah, I liked what South Korea did. Did you know that you could be walking around the street and your phone would just ping up saying you have been in close contact with a COVID-19 patient. You know, please check into the nearest clinic or something.
Well, how did they know?
Through mobile phone tracing. So if you had been, so they could literally look at the person, get their phone, and then say, right, where have they been? And then it would trace it all the way back, and then anybody who was in that area close to them, they would then say you've been in close contact, or you know, nearish contact. I don't know the exact message. They can't do that in this country. Can't do it in this country, though.
That's a really good idea, but can you imagine receiving that text message? You'd freak out.
Yeah, but it's the whole privacy rights thing over here, which is why they can't do it here, because that's like too much.
It's tracking people, isn't it?
Yeah, people get a little bit uneasy about it.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course.
Are you actually recording?
Yeah.
Are you? You zoom in. It's almost like when a child gets hold of the camera. Now, I've done my part of the deal.
A deal wasn't made.
It was insinuated.
Was it?
Yeah. I'll make a cup of tea. You make grilled cheese.
Oh. I'll plate it up and you go buy me a supercharger for my GT 6.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
No, I'm insinuating it. Is that enough butter for you?
That is a ridiculous amount of butter. What? Oh my goodness.
Spreading it around. You gotta make sure you have a nice healthy amount.
A healthy amount?
Yeah, a healthy amount. I can't wait to get my hair cut.
I know.
So annoying.
I can't wait to get mine dyed. It's very annoying. It could literally be...
Yeah, but dyeing is not as bad as a cut though. Like, yeah,
no, but when it starts growing out...
Yeah, no.
Like, mine's all dark up here.
Okay, I'd rather my hair just look funny than feel funny and be all in my...
Yeah, you can't...
The eye and...
You can't style it properly, can you? So both of us were literally about to get our hair done. And then we went into lockdown. Mine was literally for the next day after lockdown.
As much as I love Marty down at the thing, I don't really fancy his potentially grubby hands or...
Well, they're shut now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're all shut now. And you know what? It could be 6 months. You might have long emo hair like when you were a teenager by the time you get your hair cut.
Hopefully not.
You just have to tie it up.
It looks silly though. Imagine that, I gotta go, imagine if I got like service review meetings and stuff and I got to travel up to Milton Keynes and then into London and stuff if it all starts to open up again and I'm rocking up with a bloody ponytail. It's not going to go down well.
We are gonna sit down and chill on the sofa for a bit. We've recently started watching The Office. We've never seen it before. Dan is finding it absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny stuff in it.
I haven't been, but then I haven't actually properly been watching it. I've normally been sat on my phone, so I'm actually gonna sit down and properly watch this because it's quite dry, awkward humour, which sometimes really works and sometimes doesn't. So yeah, after lunch chill. That cheese, grilled cheese, was absolutely delicious.
Such a peasant meal.
Why is that a peasant meal?
What, cheese on toast? That is a peasant meal.
Cheese on toast, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazingly good peasant meal.
No, peasant meal is those spaghetti hot dog tins you get on toast.
There's nothing wrong with those either.
No, which we've actually got some of them shut away. You know, stocking up on the old tins.
Oh, we could have put those with it.
We'll do that tomorrow. Dan, we have got weeks, weeks of this.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Let's watch this. So I'm not a fan of The Office. Sat down, watched a couple of episodes, and I just don't really find it funny. I find it quite boring. I actually fell asleep. But now, very exciting, we have just signed up for the 7-day free trial for Disney Plus. So I have just put on the live action Aladdin film because I wanted to go see that in the cinema, but I just never did. So I'm gonna give that a watch. And there's quite a few things on there. I know that Dan really wants to watch Mandalorian with Baby Yoda in it. So I'm sure we'll start watching that later.
That's the reason I want to watch it, because of Baby Yoda.
Well, that's the reason I want to watch it.
Okay.
It's walkies time. Why? I'm getting outside, fresh air. Woo! Fresh air indeed. It is windy out here. My goodness. So nice to walk though. Further than a few meters. Dan is going to be rollerblading and I will be walking next to him, which is what we have been doing in the evenings. I'm not quite as good as him, and also I need a bit more of a leg stretch. But he speeds along on them, don't you?
Well, it's easy, innit? It's wheels.
Makes me walk fast as well. Panning shots. And he's off. Bye. Haven't come across any more people yet. Which other nights we have seen people walking out and about, but we have tended to go out a bit later. Maybe it's tea time now. Everyone's eating their dinner. Oh, it's so cold. I can't wait to cook tea when we get in. home. I'm going to cook dinner, just going to do a nice and easy, quick and simple pasta bake, because even though we haven't really done anything today, I can't really be bothered to cook anything more substantial. So away we go. So whilst dinner is cooking, I thought I'd give you a quick update regarding the coronavirus. We've had our speech or statement or whatever for today released. The confirmed cases in the UK are now 19,522 and the deaths are at 1,228. So not quite at 20,000 like I kind of predicted this morning, but we're nearly there. That's the kind of speed that things are taking at the moment. It has said that 140 people have recovered, which is good, but when you look at the other two numbers, it seems very minor. Hopefully that number will be going up quickly. Now, they have said that they are warning that it will be on partial lockdown for at least 6 months. They aren't saying that it will be the same as it is right now for 6 months, but that they'll have to gradually lift the restrictions as time goes on, but that life won't be normal for pretty much 6 months at least. Apart from that, nothing else is new really. They're still going to review it in what will be 3 weeks time from the original lockdown, and that they seem to be saying that they'll continue to review every 3 weeks for however long this goes on for. So I'm not expecting anything to change at our 3-week review. I think it will stay the same as it is now, because I think at that point we'll basically be at the peak and they'll just want to keep things as tight as possible. So that's where we're at.